Hi guys!
Escape to Explore, Kasia and Dan here.
We are currently in La Paz, Bolivia. We have just left Peru where we've been travelling for 2 months. So this video is our top 10 sites, places in Peru, which you really have to see if you're going to visit Peru. So what we did is, Kasia made a list of her top 10, I made a list of my top 10, and we kind of like put it together. We gave it like points, like if it's number 1 on our list, 10 points, number 2 on our list, 9 points. Put it together to give our overall top 10. And at the end we'll show you our individual top 10s because they are a little bit different. We did like different places better than other places.
Which is quite interesting because if you see in Colombia, our places were almost identical.
Yeah, exactly, and this is very different. So we're going to start from number
10.
Huakuchima.
So, Huakuchima is very different than many places we went to.
Yeah.
So it is up down south of Peru, a lot to do.
Yeah, so Huakuchima is a desert oasis just south of Lima, well, a few hours south of Lima, and it's just like incredible. Just like you got all the sand dunes around and then this little oasis, trees, little town in the middle. It's so cool. So you can get great shots from the top of the sand dunes. You can go on buggy rides, sandboard, and the little town has some restaurants and some hostels, so it's quite cool. Boat tour. It's just nice to spend a day or two, really. And if you go there, we recommend not to go on the weekend, because we went on the weekend, absolutely packed. And we stayed over to the Monday, so quiet. So that's a little tip. So yeah, we love Huakuchima, number 10 on our list.
Number 9.
Cusco. So,
Cusco.
Yeah.
We actually end up being in Cusco 3 times.
3 times we've been in Cusco. So, I mean, some people might think it should be higher on the list. We do like Cusco, but there are so many other good places in Peru. So, as we say, we went there 4 years ago. We went there before the jungle, and then we stayed again after the jungle. So we're there for quite a long time. It's just a really nice place. You've got all the Inca sites around, like Huaman, and there are a few others on the tourist ticket which you can do. You can start a lot of tours from Cusco as well.
Why is number 9? It's probably all the hassle you get. If you sit on a bench, at least 5 people will walk up to you asking to try to sell you something.
Way more than 5, you'll get.
Yeah.
Loads.
Oh
like
no,
wave
5
after wave.
people in 5 minutes.
Oh, okay, yeah. Like it's
Well,
constant in the centre. That's the only downside to Cusco is you do get hassled a lot. I mean, it's no big deal. You just say no and they carry on. But overall, it's a beautiful city, beautiful Incan and Spanish architecture.
Yeah, lots of history to it.
And the view from the top is amazing. And it's a very big backpacker favourite, mostly for Machupicchu and the other things around. So that's number 9 on our list.
Number 8.
Hualap. So Hualap was high on my list. It didn't even make Kasia's list. I love Hualap. It's nicknamed Machu Picchu of the North. It's such an incredible site, pre-Incan site, up in the hills. It's quite a large site as well, and you get to take a really cool cable car to get there as well, which they've just installed. And I think it'll be very popular in years to come. But yeah, I loved it. And the nearby town of Chachapoyas is really nice as well. So that's why I think it's a good place to visit, to be honest.
It didn't make my list, just go outside my 10, just because I had a few more different places I liked.
But I love walking around Hualap.
It
I
was
really did.
amazing still.
It's
I would
really
recommend it, yes.
Yeah, definitely. So that's number 8. So number 7, the Amazon. So obviously the Amazon's very large, but this is
Puerto Maldonado.
Puerto Maldonado, where we went to around Tambo Park National Park. We did a 4-day.
It's probably the easiest way to do Amazon from Peru. A lot of people do Iquitos, but it's much harder to get there. Puerto Maldonado is just a night bus from Cusco, very easy to get to. Lots of tour companies from Cusco offer you the Amazon trip, or you can do it straight from Maldonado, and I would recommend to do it straight from Maldonado, not from Cusco, as it will be cheaper.
Yeah, there's still loads of tour companies there. Just go get your tour company. Say we did a 4-day, 3-night in a jungle lodge, which was really cool with a swimming pool.
Yeah, Amazon is just, I was petrified, but it was incredible. It felt like, I don't know, a bit like Maldives, but in a jungle. If that makes
it was,
sense.
yeah, it was really nice. I miss it. I kind of miss it. Just the lodge and the swimming pool, and just every day you do another thing, go to Monkey Island or walking around the forest,
Go
seeing,
fishing, go fish
fishing,
piranhas. Yeah, it's
see
so
the
cool.
monkeys, caimans, capybaras, all the different parrots, birds and things. So yeah, we love the Amazon.
And I don't think it was that expensive, so a lot of people don't go to Amazon when they go backpacking. I think you can really get a good deal. Actually, the best deal we got offered was $145 for 4 days. That
Per
was
person.
per person. That was including food, just not the extra, not a zip line, no fishing, no kayaking. But still, I think you can do it on the budget.
So with,
Remember
yeah,
that.
with the fishing, kayaking, zip line and all that, how much did we pay? We paid about $400 altogether because we paid an extra meal. We had an extra tour on the last day to see Paris.
And
So-
to see the indigenous people.
And see indigenous people. So that's $200 each for 4 days, 3 nights with loads of activities, which is actually really good
Yeah.
when you think about it. So yeah, Amazon, that was actually number
Yeah.
7.
Number 6.
Number 6,
Puno. Oh, Puno. That's my number 1 actually.
Yeah, it didn't reach mine because I kind of separated Puno from another part around Lake Titicaca. So that's why it didn't really appear on my list because I put something else on my list in that area. But anyway, Puno, Kash's favourite.
Just because we arrived there on Thursday, we had a lunch or whatever, prices were great, and there was like people with dressed up with those big dresses, their traditional outfits, hats and everything, singing, dancing, playing music, pretty much every day.
It was every day.
And-
Like some band was playing, walking through the streets, drums, trumpets, everything.
And that's why I loved it.
Yeah.
And people were so friendly,
Very friendly
so
people.
kind.
And
Yeah.
he said the food's so cheap.
Yeah.
And it's right next to Lake Titicaca on there as well, which is fantastic. And you know, if you go up the hills, you get a great view of the top of the city and Lake Titicaca. So yeah, Puno was number 6.
And my number 1.
Just number 1.
Anyway,
Number
number 5.
5, Lima.
So we arrived to Lima.
That's our first
night.
stop in Peru, Lima. First
Yeah.
night earthquake.
Yes.
Crazy. So that was quite a cool experience.
We stayed in Miraflores. We went to Lima twice as well, and we absolutely loved it.
We loved it. So Miraflores, definitely a great place to stay. Felt good, felt nice.
Just very expensive, yeah.
It's quite expensive.
Yeah, but it's worth to stay there.
And go to the old town, like Plaza de Armas, it's beautiful, the buildings, it's fantastic. We loved it. Barranco, we went there as well. You got the beach, the coastline. Yeah, we had a great time in Lima, we really loved
I'd
it.
probably say you have to spend at least 3 days in Lima.
If not more.
If
yeah.
not more,
Yeah,
yes.
so we really enjoyed Lima. So yeah, that's number 5 on our list.
Number 4,
Paracas.
Paracas. So,
So-
we say Paracas, but we actually Ballestas Islands. Ballestas Islands, you can't actually get on them. You take a boat trip and you go around them, and you've got penguins, you've got tons of different birds, you've got sea lions.
Yeah, it's just really fantastic. Loads of wildlife.
Yeah, lots of wildlife.
But Paracas, the town, is really nice. Very small town, nice beach, and also from Paracas you could do a buggy tour or a quad bike tour into the national park.
And it's only 2 hours from Lima.
Yeah, exactly. So it's close to Lima. So it's really cool place. And yeah, mainly for the Blessed Islands, you put that quite high, didn't you?
Yes, I love animals, so anything with animals is going to be high on my list.
So yeah, that's why I made number 4. So definitely from Lima, it's not far. And they say it's a beach if you want to relax. They've got kind of like posher hotels to stay in. We just stayed in a hostel, but you can stay in nice hotels there as well.
Very nice vibe.
Everyone spoke English.
Yeah,
as well.
actually, that was the only town in Peru. Every single person spoke English.
Everyone
Good
we
English.
spoke to spoke English.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really cool.
Yeah.
So top
Top
3.
3. Oh my god, top 3. So,
number 3.
3.
The Inca Trail. So
we didn't do it this
we
time.
didn't do it this time.
But
We did it a few years ago. We did the Inca Trail to Machu Picchu, and it was an incredible experience. We're not usually hikers. We're not into hiking that much, but we really enjoyed it. It can be tough at times, but we had a really cool group. We had a really awesome guide, and the views are incredible. And obviously, at the end, you get the reward of getting to Machu Picchu, seeing Machu Picchu and walking around.
Although in my case, I was actually sad getting to Machu Picchu just because I knew the hike is over.
Yeah.
And I'm not a hiker again, and I loved the whole experience, the group, the guides, the actual hiking. I had a great time.
It was good.
A few years ago, and I still remember it, and we had a great time.
So yeah, if you're in Cusco and you have the time,
do it.
To do a hike to Machupicchu, 4 days. I would say
we did the Inca Trail. I know a lot of people.
Salcantay.
The other one.
Salcantay.
I think that's a longer one.
I think it's a longer one.
Yeah,
but I'm
Inca
sure that's good
Trail
as well.
was
But we
great.
love the Inca Trail, so it's fantastic. So all the clips you'll be seeing were of us 4 years ago. So we were a little bit younger.
Yeah. Oh God, you had hair and I was chubby.
So, good times. So to the top 2 now.
Number 2, Urus Islands. Oh,
So I had this.
2.
Yeah. So I had this mixed with Puno because they're kind of like next to each other. But we did 2 nights on the Urus Islands, the floating islands on Lake Titicaca, and it's just so unique, such a great place to stay. Like we opened the curtains to our bedroom and there was a lake with a great view, and it just felt so good.
And
so
the great
nice.
thing is, whenever the boat went past, the whole island just like floated, and you could feel it. And it's just wonderful knowing that you are on an island made of reeds. It's just wonderful.
It's just
think
so
the
fantastic.
best experience, yeah.
It's such a great experience staying on the Urus Islands. So if you go to Puno, which you should do if you're going to visit Peru, spend a couple of nights on the Urus Islands. We booked it through Hostel World, was it? They got places on booking.com and probably Airbnb as well.
Then we took a Collectivo, which you do have to wait for a while to fill it up, but it was really cheap.
Collectivo boat, and it'll take you. It's cheap, So, but Urus Islands, absolutely brilliant. We can't say how much fun we had on them. Just nice. I mean, let's say there's not a whole lot to do. I mean, you can. They do. Each island probably offers a little boat tour. So on our island, they could take you out on a boat and show you how they make the islands, how they fish, how they do this and do that.
You can do kayaking as well if you want to.
Yeah, some islands will take you to Amante Islands, like Taquile, if you want to. So you can add that extra on. But
sadly we didn't do it, as Dan had a cold first, then I had a cold, and so we just we needed some time to rest. So we decided to just move on from Peru and have an excuse to come back.
Yeah. So Urus Islands, number 2, we loved it. So
number
1.
Oh my God, number 1.
Our favourite place in Peru.
We loved that place and we didn't want to get out.
No,
so
we loved it so much. Number 1 is
Arequipa.
Oh.
Yes, it was our favorite. The town, every day something was happening. There was at least 4 protests a day, which is bad probably, but it was interesting,
It's interesting.
for
I mean,
for us.
yeah.
The town was so pretty.
It's lovely. Like the old town is just incredible, beautiful with the cathedral. You got the volcanoes in the background, which is incredible. You just walk around the old town. You got a massive monastery there. And you got so much food. Food's cheap enough.
Actually, you can go expensive or you can go very cheap. We did a bit of a challenge, $10 challenge in Arequipa. Survive a day for $10 for one person.
And it's fantastic. I mean, you can take a walk to Yanahuara, I think it's called, with a great view of the volcanoes. Just a nice little quiet area. Loads of museums. I mean, there's so much to do.
And the people usually come to Arequipa to do a Colca Canyon. We didn't take a tour from Arequipa. We just made our own way to Capanaconda, where the Colca Canyon is.
Yeah, we just took a bus from the bus
station. So you don't have to do organized tour. You can do it on yourself. But I know a lot of people don't recommend it because of the story of missing person.
Yeah, but overall Arequipa. But as you say, Colca Canyon's close by, which is beautiful. So you can just take a bus to Colca Canyon.
And Arequipa, every day sunshine. In the evening was cold.
Not that cold.
Cooler.
Yeah.
But daytime was hot.
It's pleasant. It's nice. It's not hot.
Yeah,
it's pleasant.
I mean comparing to here where we are.
Yeah, it's pleasant. It's just nice. You just every day you can happily walk around in a t-shirt and it's just comfortable weather, and that's all year round. So we just love the town. We love the city. We love the city. So that is our main recommendation of Peru.
I will add one thing. If you've got a really short time, we spent 2 months there. We did have quite a few lazy days. As I said, we had quite a few colds in Peru somehow, with a bit of bad luck. So we had a lot of resting days. But if you don't have much time, I probably recommend south. It's more to
so
do.
if you look at our list, 9 of the top 10 are south of Lima and below and south.
Yes, so you could skip north. Sadly, I know there is a lot of historical sites up north, and you've got like great beaches and stuff. But if you don't have much time, I probably would go just down south.
South, yeah.
Yeah.
So to give a few mentions to a few other places which just missed our list. So Trujillo, which is up north. This is a great town, nice town, and you've got loads of historical sites.
Yeah.
Lovely centre. You've got Chan Chan, El Brujo, El Brujo. Fantastic historical sites, and you got Huaca de la Luna
Yes.
in the town as well. So you got all those sites. If you're into history and stuff, they are fantastic sites to
Yes,
see.
and just in general, the town was lovely, and just outside of the town was Huanchaco, where there is a beach, seaside, great.
Loads of restaurants.
Yeah.
Apparently that's where ceviche was born,
That's where we
made,
tried
and
it.
you got these little Satori boats which you can go. So from Trujillo, it's quite a lot to do. So that only narrowly missed out on our top 10. And one other place which narrowly missed out was Nazca. So
That wasn't on my list, but it was on yours.
it was on my list, low on my list, but it was on my list. Nazca, I mean, you can see the lines, Nazca lines, so famous. You could just do a watch time. Maybe because we didn't do the flight, maybe that's why we didn't put it up there. The flight, maybe if you did that.
Yeah.
And there's the Chalchia Cemetery, which is
That
fascinating.
was,
It's from Nazca, so there's a couple of special mentions there. So overall, right now, I will put up the lists, the different lists of mine and Kash's, so you can see like how different our lists were. So for me, Arequipa is at the top, Kasha, Puno is at the top.
Yeah.
And then I say like I had Quelap second, didn't make Kash's list. Yeah. So you can see a lot of differences in our two lists. Just shows that.
Because I'm more a little bit about the people, native people, about that sort of things and animals, and you're more about like the sites of history.
Seeing the
and
sites,
things,
stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that is our Peru top 10. So if you found it interesting, give us a like
and subscribe.
and
And we'll
I'll see you on the next video.
Bye.
Bye.